Super Bowl 51 now just 2 days away, and as is so often the case, all eyes are on the men under center. Tom Brady looking to take a 5th Lombardi trophy, while, perhaps likely league MVP Matt Ryan looks to hoist his first. A man who knows a thing or two about doing just that. Saints quarterback Drew Brees knows exactly what it is then to be 48 hours away from the biggest day of one's professional life. He also knows, as you can see here, what it's like to hoist not just a trophy, but a beautiful sun as confetti falls all around him. Of course, he and his Saints took down the Colts in Super Bowl 44, and he threw for 288 yards and 2 scores and was your Super Bowl MVP, and is good enough to join me now from Houston, the site of Sunday's game. And Drew, as I thank you for your time, I do wonder, just for you personally right now, and for so many of your colleagues, players who will not be playing Sunday, what's it like to be in that town and to experience it from that perspective?
I mean, it's interesting. You know, obviously, the excitement in Houston right now is great. I think it's great for the state of Texas. You know, I'm from Austin, Texas here, so it's exciting to bring the NFL's biggest game, the world of football's biggest game to my home state, which is such a football fanatic state. And I have so many great memories from playing high school football here, and I know there's so many great fans down here. So I think the city of Houston's done a great job so far. The excitement's at an all-time high. Everybody's beginning to come to town now, getting geared up for the big game Sunday. I have to, as somebody's interviewed you many times prior, you can hear the Texas in your voice, I guess, when you're back home there. Drew, you've also been here. I think it picks up a little bit.
It does. the twang. It's like we dropped the G's from all the words that end ing. 2 days out now. If you ask, certainly Tom Brady, he'd tell you, look, I'm focused on Sunday. But what is it like 48 hours out from, again, somebody who did it and won it, the biggest day of your athletic life?
Yeah, I think this is when, towards the end of the week, the preparation is coming to a conclusion, and you're just kind of putting your final touches on the game plan. And you're trying to relax yourself as much as possible, to be able to go play on Sunday. You're trying to tell yourself that it's just any other football game when it's really the biggest game of your life. But it's exciting, And I think what you try to do is, by the time you get to Sunday, you know that you've done everything you possibly can to put yourself and your team in the best position to succeed. The preparation is done, and you can feel comfortable and confident about that, so that Saturday night, sleep like a baby, wake up Sunday morning, ready to roll.
Tom Brady, a win would be his 5th. That is a ridiculous number by any metric. But Matt Ryan, and a guy that you see twice a year, in a very similar position to what you were back in 2010. What was it in his game that you saw this year that let him take, if nothing else, that next step?
Well, listen, I think Matt's been an elite player for a long time.
Agreed.
He's just finally getting the respect he deserves. And listen, there's not a team that's played better down the stretch here than those guys. In fact, I feel like they've just been an ascending team from the latter half of the season into the playoffs, and have won in very dominant ways. They start every game so fast. I think they've scored touchdowns on the first the first possession of the last 8 games in a row, which is pretty impressive. And then they just roll. I think they're playing very complimentary football, both offensively and defensively. But Matt specifically has always done a great job of spreading the ball around. Even though he's got a guy like Julio who garners a lot of attention, and Devontae Freeman at the running back position, look at their tight ends, look at their other receivers. Everybody's getting touches, everybody's contributing. Because he's the kind of guy who can find the open guy. If you're going to take one guy away, then we're going to go the other direction, and he's fine with that. And they're able to be very productive that way.
And that O-line, again, led by Alex Mack, also great. I have to ask about you, 38 years young, Drew. We've heard Tom Brady say he wants to play until he's 45. Whether it's rules, whether it's improved diet and rest and recovery, You threw for 5,000 plus again this year. How much is left in that tank?
Well, I think there's a lot left in that tank. Every offseason, I take a hard look at where I'm at physically, mentally, emotionally. I come up with a plan for the offseason on the areas that I want to improve upon. From a training perspective, I take a look at my mechanics, take a look at my diet, my sleep habits, everything. And there's always new research coming out, and you pick and choose. You find what works for you. And I feel like I have a really good routine. I feel really good about my training regimen, and I feel like that's part of what gives me the edge. By the time I get to mini camp and then to training camp and then into the season, I feel like my discipline with my routine and with my training has put me in a position where I'm going to go out and play great.
16 down. I sure hope there are many more still to come for you. Drew Brees, again, that picture with you and Balin, maybe the single greatest snapshot of that game in its 51-year history. So please do say hello to the young Brees for us, the rest of the family, and we very much appreciate your time joining us from Houston.
Yeah, thank you. Balin's playing flag football right now, believe it or not. He's 8 years old.
And he's like probably...
I'm actually getting a chance. I'm coaching him too, which is the best thing ever.
What kind of? I know I got to let you go. What kind of coach are you? What's Coach Brees like?
Believe it or not, I'm what kind of coach? Yeah. I'm super positive. I'm upbeat. I'm just encouraging the kids. You want them to have a good time at this age. That's what it's all about.
That's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for the time and the insight here, Drew.
All right, thank you.